How's it going, guys? It's your boy H-Dog, and I'm back here today with another video. And today I want to go ahead and talk about Konami's back in the news. Our friend Konami, our beloved Konami, our best friends, they pretty much came back in the news with some more shady shit. As if Metal Gear Survive's microtransactions, which encourage player boosts and booster packs, which could get you a leg up against competition online and throughout the game, in a game which is mandated for you to be always online. Just think about that. On top of all that, on top of you gotta pay for extra saves along with the booster packs. It recently came to my attention. You gotta pay for emotes, extra loadouts, and support units, which I think they call support units. I forget the right term for them, but if anybody remembers Metal Gear Solid 5, or I would say even as far back as if anybody's played Agents of Mayhem, or maybe even Assassin's Creed 2, I think it was, where at some point you were able to send out like different teams of people in certain places to do countries, and they'll bring back different resources. Alright, well, in this game, let's start off with these units, right? They have these different units. They got the alpha, beta, omega units, stuff like that. I think there's a grand total of 6 units, 6 different units you can choose from, and you can only have access. The first one is free. Alpha is free. The rest of them, Bravo, Charlie, Omega, I forget the other ones. Um, but the rest of them, besides Alpha, you gotta pay for with SV coins. Now, some could argue, oh well, you could just play the game, rack up to get, the SV coins to pay for that. But if I'm not mistaken, and I counted it right, that would have been, since it looked like it was 300 per unit. So, and I think I counted 4 that were locked behind a paywall. So I think that's close to 1100, 1200, SV coin ratio, which someone could be like, you know what, why grind endlessly when I could just simply buy it? Which is fucking ridiculous compared to Metal Gear Solid 5. This wasn't even an issue. Even in previous games that did something like this wasn't an issue. They were free. I mean, it don't make no sense. And then the emotes. I mean, emotes that you have to pay for. Bruh, I have Dragon Ball Fighters. You can get emotes for free in that game just by playing it. But you gotta pay for it in this piece of shit game. You gotta pay for fucking emotes. Don't make no fucking sense, dog. You gotta pay for emotes. I don't even think you pay for emotes in Destiny, a game that I really am not fond of. Um, but yeah, besides the emotes, besides the units, you gotta pay for extra loadouts. Now, you'll start off with 4 free loadouts, and the rest of them, the final 4 loadouts, are locked behind a paywall, which is ridiculous. I mean, some could argue, well, why would you need 8 different loadouts when you got the 4? You could just simply play throughout the game without spending a dime and getting all 8 of the loadouts. But the thing is, it's hidden behind a paywall. No game does that besides this shit, bruh. No game does this besides Metal Gear Survive. Monster Hunter World has over 100, and I kid you not, 100 different loadouts you can choose from. No bullshit. And that's not the only game that has totally different amount of loadouts. There's plenty of other games out there that you could customize different loadouts, possibly from A to Z and beyond. It's fucking ridiculous. And I did the numbers. If you add up all the microtransactions, It costs $91 for all the microtransactions in this game. And you add that on with the $40 price tag of the game, you got a whopping $131 spent. And something that's wild about that's equivalent of two full price games. Equivalent of two full price games. And it's fucking shitty. And I know some people could defend this and say, oh, you can just play the game. You don't need to buy a single microtransaction. Give Konami a chance. And you got people who try to say that people are on here bashing Konami. They're hating Konami just for the sake of hate. Of just to hate Konami. But I kind of feel sorry for people like that because they probably don't, they probably aren't aware of what the fallout Konami and Kojima had, or not just that, but the fact that they treat their employees like absolute dog shit, and these business practices, which makes EA look like fucking CD Projekt Red, and that's saying something. And I'm not exaggerating because these business practices are one of those hold my beer practices. Like, oh, well, we see EA fucking up. Okay, hold my beer, somebody. We're going to go fuck it up even worse. We're going to go make it even worse. And some people have already started having fears of this could kickstart a precedent, which I highly doubt. And I think if anyone has a brain or common knowledge, you will not lock behind fucking. You will not lock save files behind a fucking paywall. No matter if you can simply overwrite that save slot or not. We never had to pay for save slots in the history of gaming. Why should we now? Same as for emotes. We've never had to pay for emotes in term. Now maybe in other games like freemium games, maybe in PUBG pay for emotes. I don't know. I don't play them type of games. But in games like that, you possibly pay for emotes. In other games, in like the mobile games and shit, you may pay for extra loadouts, pay to deploy extra field teams to go out to the field to complete missions. But but not a full price AAA game, even though granted, Metal Gear Survive is not a full price game. But with these microtransactions, you might as well say it's it's a fucking collector's edition, is what it is. It's a collector's edition, add the microtransactions, plus the full price of the game. You got a collector's edition. That's what you got. And I don't think this will start a precedent. I certainly hope not. And I certainly hope no one's stupid enough to do this because you won't be getting my money. And I highly advise people don't do it either. But with that being said, guys, what do you guys think about this? Are you surprised that Konami did this? Me personally, no. Are you playing Metal Gear Survive? What do you think of the game so far? Are you liking it? Are you hating it? Are you hating it? Are you on the fucking Konami bandwagon or not? Please let me know your thoughts, your comments down below. We can have a discussion and talk about this. If you enjoyed my video, hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I put out different content as often as I can. And I'll even link not the link, but I'll put down my social media handles in the description box down below. That way you can follow me on there, hit me up, send me feedback, friend me on there. I'll even put my PSN name. That way, if you want to play a game with me or chat with me on PSN, just hit me up. I'll put it down there in the description box. And until next time, guys, I'm out.